Welcome to Glow Social Club, the space where powerhouse women come to reclaim their health, their clarity, and their leadership. I'm Jazmine Corona, functional nutritional practitioner and founder of Organically Glow and Glow Social Club. Around here, we don't do one-size-fits-all advice. We translate symptoms into strategy and build the kind of structure that actually sustains you. If you are ready to lead your health, your work, and your life with clarity, confidence, and conviction, you are in the right place. Let's begin. There came a point where the version of me who sits here today wasn't the same person back when I first started my healing journey. This version of me who sits here today had to go through so many different iterations of her habits, of her lifestyle, of her environment, of who she surrounds herself with in order to match the vision of what I had for my life and for the work I do. When you go on a healing journey, it is so much more than just getting rid of your symptoms, fixing your body, because you are already healed, you are already whole. There are just gaps in who you are today and who you want to become or who you desire to be. So on a healing journey, that's what we're doing. We are closing that gap of where you are right now to who you are becoming, who you already are deep inside of you. When I talk about this with my clients, at first they come to me and they're like, I have all these different symptoms, right? The fatigue, the brain fog, the acne, the weight gain, the weight loss resistance. And we walk through this process, and at the end of working together, when we're going to go our separate ways, which most of them continue working with me because I'm telling you, this work is so much deeper than just healing your body. They are completely different people. What do I mean by that? So I mean, they have completely different habits. They are at different points in their life. They're surrounded around different people. They are nourishing themselves differently than when we first start working together. And the mindset shift is completely different. It moves from, I want to fix my body to, I want to optimize my life through my body by supporting my hormones, by supporting my brain health. Because they understand and they've seen it, that they were never broken. They were just in the middle of a shift. There were just some gaps that we had to close in order for them to experience healing physically, mentally, emotionally. So when I first started my healing journey, I was young. I was maybe 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. And I was so desperate for answers, for healing, to stop feeling the way I did that I would try anything and everything. And then there was another iteration after I started figuring out okay, yes, nutrition plays such a big role. Okay, how I'm exercising needs to shift, right? And that made such a huge difference. Okay, the supplements I'm taking aren't working for me. Let's shift, right? And then there was this other level where after I figured out what worked for my body and I started feeling better, right? The symptoms started decreasing, my energy levels were skyrocketing, I would hit a plateau again. I would get sick again. I would end up back in the hospital. And I would feel so defeated and frustrated and angry because I was just sitting there like, I have done everything. I thought this was working. I thought something was changing. I thought I was feeling better. How did I get here again? And then there would be another level that opened where I was like, okay, let's figure this out. There's something deeper that I can do to support my body. So then what did I come across? Root cause care. I was probably around 22 at this point. 22, yeah, I would say 22, 23. And I came across a functional health practitioner, is one of the reasons why I do what I do now, and absolutely changed my life. I knew exactly what needed to shift in my life, in my habits, in the foods I was currently eating in order to take that next level deeper, to go deeper in my healing journey. And so instead of, trying to fix my body, I was over here optimizing my body now. I was focused on, okay, I know this works, but what little thing needs to shift in order to have deeper results, a deeper transformation. And so with root cause care, with functional health and all the testing that I did, I was able to pinpoint exactly what needed to shift. So I started off with, I was working out every single day. I was very, very consistent with going to the gym, lifting weights, doing cardio, and depleted and exhausted after working out. But I just thought oh, this is how you're supposed to feel after working out, right? You're supposed to feel exhausted and you just keep pushing the next day. But what I found out is I was actually pushing my body into a state of stress, into a state of sympathetic overdrive in my nervous system. So I was stuck in this fight or flight or freeze response, right? So I kept pushing and pushing, and then it clicked. Oh my gosh, I'm not recovering. I'm not taking time to recover. You see these athletes on TV, right? The World Series is going on right now. You see them pushing and pushing, but what you don't see is how they are recovering, right? They don't show that, but they're recovering because there's no way they are performing at this high of a level without focusing on recovery. So that was my missing piece there. Okay, yes, I was consistent with my workouts. Yes, I was exercising daily. I was moving my body, but where was the recovery? Where was the time to actually rest and help my body heal on its own? So that's what I did. I implemented days where I was okay, I'm going to cut back on cardio right now because technically I didn't need it. It was actually pushing my body into more stress. And I just focused on weight training 3 to 4 times a week, and I would rotate days, right? On and off. And I would actually bring in recovery. What did the recovery look like? Walking. I would walk outside. That was the best recovery for me, stretching. I also really focused on, getting hydrated, staying hydrated, electrolytes. And I'm not kidding, that small shift completely changed my body. Instead of feeling exhausted when the next day I went to the gym, I felt ready to go. We're going to hit our max today. We're going hard. That was that one small shift absolutely changed everything. Even with my nutrition, right? I got to a point where I was so restrictive that I couldn't even enjoy myself anymore. I lost joy in food. And that was something that I didn't even realize until, someone has to kind of mirror that back to you, right? And so my practitioner was hey, you're doing great with your nutrition. You are gluten-free, you're dairy-free, you're great. You can loosen up a bit. And I was you know what? You're right. And it's easier said than done, but it does take a process, right? So then I started trying to reintroduce stuff slowly. Okay, I'll have a little gluten here. I'll have a little gluten there. And I would realize okay, wait, my body actually still feels fine. My body feels okay right now. Let's see what my limits are, right? So I was kind of pushing it. I'm okay, let's try a little bit of dairy. So I tried dairy. Again, there is a mindset piece to this too. So really feeling into your body and telling your body it's safe to eat this, you're okay, right? Because the nervous system, sometimes your nervous system is in so much overdrive that when you try to eat a food that technically you can eat, but your body and your brain are no, we can't have that. It's already on alert. So what happens? Your body responds. Your body's oh yeah, we can't have that. You're right. And then you have hives, you have reactions, you have breakouts. So it's kind of that confirmation bias. So your brain already thinks oh no, we can't have that. But then you have it, and then your brain's whoa, what's going on? Your nervous system's no, we're not supposed to have that. So it does take time to reintroduce stuff. So there is an elimination diet, right? Process that we can dive into maybe in another episode. But there is a process where when you do get off these foods for a short period of time, because it is supposed to be short period, and then you reintroduce it, If you don't have a reaction, cool. If you do have a reaction, okay, maybe you shouldn't have that for another 30 days, right? So it's really learning to reconnect in your body. Learn what's working, what's not working right now, and maybe down the line, eventually you'll be able to reintroduce those things again. So there was a time point where, again, I was off all these foods for a long period of time. I was so fearful of eating dairy again and butter and all this gluten, especially when I went out to like dinner with friends and family, and I was just sitting there like, no, I can't have this. And so I was already like telling myself that, right? So it's a big nervous system mindset piece too when it comes to reintroducing foods. So eventually, now I'm not gluten-free. I try my best to eat whole foods 80 to 90% of the time. Dairy, I do stay away. Do I sometimes see what my limits are? Yes. And then I break out and I'm like, dang, okay, well, it's fine. Like a little pimple here is fine. It was worth it. That piece of cake was worth it. So I do really know my body a lot. So I'm able to kind of discern like, okay, yes, this is going to be helpful. I don't really want to feel that way. Like it's not worth it. So I'm not going to do it. And then there was also a point where this has been recently. So, I worked with that practitioner for about 6 months. Life completely changed, really loosened up my boundaries, trying to learn like what worked for me, what didn't work for me, made some small shifts in my nutrition, made some small shifts in my habits, such as how I was exercising. Body completely changed so much. Even with the targeted supplementation too, right? So targeted supplements are super helpful because they're actually closing the gaps of what's going on currently, right? So this is why I like blood work, because it's current. It's a snapshot of what is going on right now in your body and what is actually required to start healing. Now, recently, that was like maybe like 5 years ago, I went through another situation where I got sick for a week and I was laying there, the first day, 2 days, I was like, this is horrible. Like, what is going on? I thought this has been taken care of. Like, what is happening? Like, I have been doing everything right? I started going through that spiral again, doing everything right. I didn't do anything wrong. My body hates me. Like, I was going through this spiral, and then I paused. And I remember I was laying on the couch resting, and I was like, oh my gosh. It had just clicked. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My body is not broken. My body does not hate me. My body is restoring right now. Like, restoration and recalibration is happening right now. Up until that point, this is like a couple months ago, up until that point, I was pushing the gas pedal like no other because I was running a business. I had clients to take care of. I had bills to pay. I had all these different things going on, right? Life just happens. Life happens. And I didn't realize that I didn't take the time to rest and restore and support my body to actually match this new version of myself, to match the ambition that I have. My body was like, what are you doing? Like, you need to rest and you need to really reflect on what's working and what's not working and what's going to take you to the next level, because it's not what we've been doing for the last couple months. So during that time before I got sick, like I said, I was just pushing the gas pedal, going 1,000 miles per hour. It got to the point where I was actually not like taking care of myself. So I was skipping meals. I was running on caffeine. So I got stuck in another pattern, right? Sometimes you fall back into your old patterns, and then it takes you getting sick or something happening, or you are just amazing person and you just realize, oh my gosh, like I'm in a pattern, right? Eventually you get to that point. But I was stuck in an old pattern where I wasn't taking care of myself. I was pushing myself to the side because I was like, I have things to do. I have more important things to do other than take care of myself, right? That's what I was saying in my head. I was like, no, it's fine. I can keep going. It's fine. I can do that. Oh, I'm going to add another thing. That's okay. I can do it, right? I can put my workouts to the side. I can put the food that I'm not eating to the side. And then again, it hit me, right? I got sick and I was just sitting there so angry, so frustrated. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then it made me realize and reflect like, Jazmine, you have not been taking care of yourself. What do you expect? You're trying to be this powerful woman, this business owner, but you're neglecting yourself. How do you expect to, reach all your goals, hit these milestones with a body that's breaking down? You don't need more wellness advice. What you're looking for are answers. If you're tired of wondering why you feel off, my one-time functional lab testing packages are your fast track to clarity. This is root cause insight without the long-term commitment. You'll get functional labs, a detailed breakdown of what's really going on, and a short-term protocol designed to bring immediate relief. It's not a transformation, it's a turning point. A way to stop guessing, start strategizing, and take grounded action right now. If you are craving clarity without the overwhelm, head to organicallyglow.com and book your testing package today. Because your symptoms aren't random, they are readable, and I'll help you decode them. So during that time, which was a couple months ago, again, it made me realize, oh, we need to shift again. There's another shift, there's another level that is taking place, and I can take advantage of that right now. Let's take advantage of it. So what did I do? I got my blood work done. I looked at my blood work and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not good. So I guess I'm going to get personal. Okay, we're getting personal. I had very high inflammation markers. My sedimentation rate, which is the ESR marker, was, I want to say, in the 30s. Okay, this is supposed to be under like 8. That is what I recommend if you're optimal. If you're in optimal levels, you should be under an 8. Honestly, you should be lower than that. My sedimentation rate, my ESR levels, which is an inflammatory marker, were skyrocketed. I also had some immune issues, so I did have very low white blood cell count, which made sense because obviously I wasn't taking care of myself, and so of course chronic stress will lead to chronic inflammation, chronic infections, so then your immune system is suppressed. And then I had a ton of nutrient deficiencies, so I was very low in vitamin D, which I have a history of autoimmune conditions, so of course vitamin D is something that does get depleted right away. It gets depleted very, very easy. And I was like, okay, now we know what's going on internally. Now we know what has led to this point. Obviously, the lifestyle, the habits that I didn't have in place, right? But I knew now with my blood work, okay, these are the markers. This is what's happening internally. Now here's the game plan. Here's how you're going to get to that next level. So that's what I did, right? So now today, which it's in October 2025. Oh my gosh, I was going to say 2026. 2025, and I am feeling the momentum now. I am feeling so much better in my body than I did a couple months ago when that all happened. And it's all thanks to the habits, the lifestyle, and the supplements that I implemented, which I'll share. Okay, so here's what I did. Here's my game plan. So first and foremost, I already knew I wasn't doing a lot of the habits that I had originally implemented in the beginning of the year. Life happens, this happens. Sometimes you just kind of get caught off guard and you're kind of going through the motions, right? You're going through the motions, stuck in autopilot. And I was stuck in autopilot until my body was like, oh, you're going to be turned off autopilot now and you're going to get sick and this is what's going to happen. So this recalibration that had happened. So I started getting back into my routine. Step 1, right? Get back into your routine. What actually brings you joy? What do you do that you know actually works, right? So I started getting back into Pilates. So I actually started going twice a week. On the other days, I'll either lift weights or I'll just walk outside. So I started with that, started with the baseline, right? Needed to get back into daily movement, just get the blood flowing. Started with that specifically. I also really got back into journaling. And this is something that has always brought me so much peace, especially first thing in the morning. So if I'm not working out first thing in the morning, I am journaling. So I brought back in journaling. This is something where I either just brain dump whatever is going on in my head. And these are very quick. Okay, so journaling, 5 minutes. Sometimes I'll go a little bit longer if I have the time and the capacity to do so. Most days I do not. So I will do like 5 minutes. So I'm either brain dumping, I'm writing gratitude, I am writing a to-do list, I am just getting grounded in my body. So that is like simple things that I started to bring back into my daily practice. Just from that one shift, a couple months in, I was like, okay, I am feeling good. I'm going to tell you what happened after I started implementing all these different changes too, because now that I'm thinking of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what led to that. Okay, anyways, so I started changing my habits, bringing in more support. I focused on breakfast, okay, because I was skipping breakfast and I was just running on caffeine. I know that's terrible for me. I know. I'm a practitioner. I am telling my clients not to do this, and here I was doing that. So I was skipping meals, and so I was like, okay, you need to eat breakfast. So I got oatmeal, quick meals, oatmeal, eggs. I got these, what are they called? Sausage patties from Costco. Really good, really easy way to get protein in. Would make sandwiches. That shifted my whole mood for the whole day. By 12 p.m. noon, I was feeling good. I was still energized. I had mental clarity. I was like, okay, cool. I was able to get so much stuff done when I had breakfast in me. It's fun because even like the days where I would skip breakfast, because you fall back into these old patterns. My boyfriend, he was like, you need to eat something. What are you doing? Like, I can tell you are getting frustrated because you haven't ate breakfast. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I am. I'm a little hangry right now. So that's helped so much too. So really focus on breakfast, really focus on nourishing myself, right? These are simple things that we should be doing. And sometimes life just really just runs you down. So that's what I did. And then I also brought in very specific targeted supplementation to support my body based off my labs, right? So that's what I brought in. After doing this consistently for a couple weeks, from the time I got sick to now, so much has happened. So much has changed in my life. It's actually insane looking back at it. There are still some days where things just come up, things just happen, and like you can't stay in your routine. But what I always say is how you get back into your routine is so much more important than just staying out of it. Give yourself some grace. So within the last couple months, in my business specifically, I've had my highest sales month. I have attracted so many new women that are powerful dream clients. And I'm like sitting here right now and I'm like reflecting on this because I don't take time to reflect sometimes on like all the good things that happen in my life. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is the next level. This is the secret cheat code to up leveling in your life, in your business, in how you show up on a day-to-day process, how you support your body, how you heal your body is how you get to your next step. The more time and effort and focus you put on your body, it will allow you to expand in every area of your life. You want healthier relationships? You want to engage more in your relationships? Focus on the relationship with yourself. You want to cultivate community? Focus on your health. Oh my goodness. This is so crazy. If you want to hit your highest sales month, support your body so you have the energy to do so. You want to feel like the confident boss woman that you are? Focus on your body. Oh my gosh, this is hitting for me. I don't know if this is hitting for you guys, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, what? Why aren't we taught this? This is insane. You know what's so interesting too? I'm going to bring this up too, because this is something that I find very common amongst successful people. I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I watch so many interviews. The most successful people, they say two things, I find. Number one, they have a relationship with God. Number two, they take care of themselves like no other. Like it's their job. Okay. And they love doing it. Some days they don't want to go to the gym, but guess what? They're at the gym. They don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. They're at the gym waking up at 5 a.m., right? Success really comes from building a body that matches your ambition. Building a body that actually can get you to those goals. Get you to that next level. This is the work, and this is a new revelation that I have had in my own life and in my own business, because it took me to fall off the wagon, get sick again, and realize that this was just a recalibration. This was just my body making time for me to reflect and to restore and to recalibrate into a new level. And this is an ongoing process. This is what I'm talking about. This is the deeper work that no one is talking about, because yes, you have symptoms. Yes, you have health struggles. Yes, you have health goals. But it's so much deeper than that. It's really the process of healing that opens up so many new doors, so many new opportunities, because guess what? You have the mental clarity to do so. You have the energy to do so. You have the confidence to do so. I am having a revelation right now about this, because this is literally what I have been doing in my practice. Is every couple months when I have a new revelation, I'm like, oh my gosh, a new level has just been unlocked. So again, just going back to reflecting and recalibrating your body. Maybe your body isn't breaking down. You are just recalibrating. And how can you use that to your advantage to go to the next level, to enter a new phase of your life? I hope this resonated with you guys. If you guys do have questions, if you guys have any or had any aha moments during this episode, please send them my way. This totally unlocked something for me, and I'm gonna go sit with it for a little bit, because I'm shook by myself right now. Anyways, I hope you guys loved this episode. If you guys want me to talk more about this side of healing, let me know, because I am really alive right now. I am fired up. So again, thank you so much for listening. If you guys loved this episode, please, I would love it if you guys left a review, 5 stars, subscribed, and yeah, I will see you guys at the next episode. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. You lead teams, households, businesses, but no one taught you how to lead your health. Most wellness advice wasn't built for women like you, high functioning, chronically fatigued, done with surface level fixes that don't actually work. That's why I created my one-on-one personalized wellness plans. We start with functional labs, we decode your symptoms, and we build a protocol that's rooted in data and designed for your reality. This isn't trendy wellness, this is root cause medicine that leads to restorative care. It's clarity, structure, and sustainable results for women who carry a lot and deserve to feel like themselves again. If you are ready for precision support and a practitioner who sees the full picture, head to organicallyglow.com, book a call, and let's rebuild your energy at the root so you can lead everything else from a place of clarity. If today's conversation shifted something inside of you, if it brought you clarity, relief, or a new way to see your health as a leadership tool, I'd love for you to share this with another powerhouse woman in your world. And remember, symptoms aren't the problem, they are the signal. When you start translating them, you stop surviving and you start leading with clarity. I'll see you next time inside Glow Social Hour.